Greetings, this is the Mystery School of Light, and it is a Sunday, and I'm really excited because this is the first Sunday that the Mystery School of Light has carried into, but I could be wrong. Probably. Maybe it began on a Sunday. I don't know. I'll have to double check. But I'm just excited that it's a Sunday, and then I got the inspiration to read the Bible on today's episode, and today's lesson is on the birth of the soul. The birth of you and me, and not the vehicle that we are in, but the birth of the spirit, yours and my spirit. So I'm going to read a little bit of Genesis. I'm going to read Genesis 1, verses 1 through 6. Okay? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and desolate, and there was darkness upon the surface of the watery deep, and God's active force was moving about over the surface of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And then there was light. After that, God saw that the light was good, and God began to divide the light from the darkness. God called the light day, but the darkness he called light. And there was evening, and there was morning, a first day. Now, it goes on to say, if you read deeper and further, maybe I should just read all of it. Yeah, I could read all of it. Here we go. Then God said, "Let there be an expanse between the waters, and let there be a division between the waters and the waters." Then God went on to make the expanse, and divide the waters beneath the expanse from the waters above the expanse, and it was so. God called the expanse heaven, and there was an evening, and there was morning, a second day. Then God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be collected together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, but the collecting of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth cause grass to sprout, seed-bearing plants, and fruit trees according to their kinds, yielding fruit along with seed on the earth." And it was so. And the earth began to produce grass, seed-bearing plants, and trees yielding fruit along with seed according to their kinds. Then God saw that it was good, and there was evening and there was morning, a third day. Then God said, "Let there be luminaries in the expanse of the heavens to make a division between the day and the night, and they will serve as signs for seasons and for days and years. They will serve as luminaries in the expanse of the heavens to shine upon the earth." And it was so. And God went on to make the two great luminaries, the greater luminary for dominating the day, and the lesser luminary for dominating the night, and also the stars. So let's stop for a second. So the Bible is saying that there was light before the sun and before the moon. Who is this light? We will find out when we're done reading Genesis 1. Thus God put them in the expanse of the heavens to shine upon the earth, and to dominate by day and by night, and to make a division between the light and the darkness. Then God saw that it was good, and there was evening and there was morning, a fourth day. Then God said, "Let the waters swarm with living creatures, and let flying creatures fly above the earth across the expanse of the heavens." And God created the great sea creatures and all living creatures that move and swarm in the waters, according to their kinds, and every winged flying creature according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. With that God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and become many, and fill the waters of the sea, and let the flying creatures become many in the earth." And there was evening and there was morning, a fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, domestic animals and creeping animals, and wild animals of the earth according to their kinds." And it was so. And God went on to make the wild animals of the earth according to their kinds, and the domestic animals according to their kinds, and all the creeping animals of the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have in subjection the fish of the sea, and the flying creatures of the heavens, and the domestic animals, and all the earth, and every creeping animal that is moving on the earth. And God went on to create the man in his image. In God's image he created him. Male and female he created them. Further God blessed them, and God said to them, Be fruitful and become many. Fill the earth and subdue it, and have in subjection the fish of the sea, and the flying creatures of the heavens, and every living creature that is moving on the earth. Then God said, Here I have given to you every seed-bearing plant that is on the entire earth, and every tree with seed-bearing fruit. Let them serve as food for you, and to every wild animal of the earth, and to every flying creature of the heavens, and to everything moving on the earth in which there is life, I have given all green vegetation for food. And it was so. After that God saw everything he had made, and look, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a sixth day. Now, there's some things you really need to pay attention to. So there was light before there was a sun and a moon. Just something to keep in mind. What was this light? Because at first he created this light. Who is this light? I think this is the birth of the Spirit, and this is what today's lesson is about. It's the birth of my spirit and your spirit, and everything that makes us one. So now we're going to go to John 1. And John talks about, the beginning of creation in a different way concerning Christ. Which is one of the most beautiful things that I've read recently. It's just John 1. I swear, it blew my mind. I went to sleep after I read it and drank that verse, and I was like, whoa. Because I remembered in Genesis it had said that there was light, and then there was the sun and the moon. That's something to pay attention to. Definitely. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was a God. This one, in the beginning with God, all things came into existence through him, and apart from him, not even one thing came into existence. What has come into existence by means of him was life, and the life was the light of men. This is the light that he was talking about. Okay, well, the letter from God to us was talking about. And the light is shining in the darkness, but the darkness has not overpowered it. There came a man who was sent as a representative of God. His name was John. This man came as a witness in order to bear witness about the light, so that people of all sorts might believe through him. He was not that light, but he was meant to bear witness about the light. The true light that gives light to every sort of man was about to come into the world. He was in the world, and the world came into existence through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own home, but his own people did not accept him. However, to all who did receive him, he gave authority to become God's children, because they were exercising faith in his name. And they were born not from blood, or from a fleshly will, or from man's will, but from God's. So the Word became flesh and resided among us, and we had a view of his glory, a glory such as belongs to any other begotten Son from a Father, and he was full of divine favor and truth. John bore witness about him. Yes, he cried out, "This was the one of whom I said, the one coming behind me has advanced in front of me, for he existed before me." For we all received from his fullness, even undeserved kindness upon undeserved kindness. Because the law was given through Moses, the undeserved kindness and the truth came to be through Jesus Christ. No man has seen God at any time. The only begotten God who is at the Father's side is the one who has explained him. This is the witness John gave when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, "Who are you?" And he admitted it and did not deny it, saying, "I am not the Christ." And they asked him, "What then? Are you Elijah?" He replied, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" And he answered, "No." So they said to him, "Who are you? Tell us so that we may give an answer to those who sent us." "What do you say about yourself?" He said, "I am the voice of someone crying out in the wilderness, 'Make the way of Jehovah straight,' just as Isaiah the prophet said." Now those sent were from the Pharisees, and they questioned him and said to him, "Why then do you baptize if you are not the Christ or Elijah or the prophet?" John answered them, "I baptize in water. One is standing among you whom you do not know, the one coming behind me, the lace of whose sandal I am not worthy to untie." These things took place in Bethany across the Jordan where John was baptizing. The next day he saw Jesus coming toward him, and he said, "See the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. This is the one about whom I said, 'Behind me there comes a man who has advanced in front of me, for he existed before me. Even I did not know him, but the reason why I came baptizing in water was so that he might be made manifest to Israel.'" John also bore witness, saying, "I viewed the Spirit coming down as a dove out of heaven, and it remained upon him. Even I did not know him, but the very one who sent me to baptize in water said to me, 'Whoever it is upon whom you see the Spirit coming down and remaining, this is the one who baptizes in the Holy Spirit, and I have seen it, and I have given witness that this one is the Son of God.'" Again the next day John was standing with two of his disciples, and as he looked at Jesus walking, he said, "See the Lamb of God." When the two disciples heard him say this, they followed Jesus. Then Jesus turned, and seeing them following, he said to them, "What are you looking for?" They said to him, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "where are you staying?" He said to them, "Come and you will see." They went and saw where he was staying, and they stayed with him that day. And it was about the 10th hour. Andrew, the brother of Simon Peter, was one of the two who heard what John said and followed Jesus. He first found his own brother Simon and said to him, "We have found the Messiah," which means Christ. When Jesus looked at him, he said, "You are Simon, the son of John. You will be called Cephas," aka Peter. The next day he wanted to leave for Galilee. Jesus then found Philip and said to him, "Be my follower." Now Philip was from Bethsaida, from the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, "We have found the one of whom Moses and the law and the prophets wrote, Jesus, the son of Joseph from Nazareth." But Nathanael said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Philip said to him, "Come and see." Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him and said about him, See truly an Israelite in whom there is no deceit. Nathanael said to him, How do you know me? Jesus answered him, Before Philip called you, you were under the fig tree. I saw you. Nathanael responded, Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are King of Israel. Jesus answered him, Do you believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree? You will see things greater than these. He then said to him, Most truly I say to you, men, you will see heaven opened up and the angels of God ascending and the descending of the Son of Man. Isn't that beautiful? So, this is how, our spirit was born. It was the light of God, and the light of God is Jesus Christ, which means that Jesus Christ is within all of us, and that's how we are saved, through Jesus Christ. And that's why Jesus Christ did and said the things he did and said, because the whole universe is made out of light. And then, that's the lesson on, the birth of the soul. Because remember, there was a light that made things grow before there was a sun and a moon. There were luminaries. Who were these luminaries? It said, Let us make man in his image. The light that John was speaking of was present with God before creation. That light is us, and we no longer remember. Ourselves, Jesus Christ, reincarnated with this knowing and knowledge to liberate us and help us remember. And this is why this book exists to this day, and why the whole world knows about Jesus Christ and his teaching. So I just thought, I'd make today's lesson about the birth of the soul, and to really get your mind thinking. Also, I want to eliminate fear of the Bible. There's no such thing as hell. Nobody's going to hell. None of that. This is all symbolic. Okay? We live in an inside-outside domain. Everything that happened in this Bible has already happened and is still happening inside here and here. I should probably do one on Revelation, because I have my own twisted take on the book of Revelations and how that already happened, and that explains why, we reincarnate. Or why there are so many souls here now. There's a lot of people living on this planet. Like, a lot of them were in here from back in the day. All of a sudden, those souls, are being reincarnated. The ones that were around the time the Bible was written, all those people being resurrected. There are more people on the planet than ever before, I would like to believe. All I know is that when I was going to school, they said it was around the 500, whatever. It was in the 5. Now we're like in the 9 or 10,000 million, jillion, whatever. Okay? And there's a lot of people on this planet, and it just seems more keep on coming. And I think that it's not a mistake, it's part of the divine plan. It's part of Revelation, Everybody who was born and has died has to come back for this era of time. But I'm very happy that, this lesson is about the birth of the soul. So yeah. So at any time you can be saved through Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is within. Jesus Christ is the light of God, and everything comes from the light of God. And when I was talking about there was a God, we are the a God, and through Christ we know what it means to be God, and to be as one with God, and to walk and flow with God, or Source, Prime Creator. So I thought that I should, enlighten you guys, especially on a Sunday like this. And I've never really been, about Sundays. I haven't been to church in ages, but I always do my own little spiritual thing on a Sunday. And yeah. So thank you for watching this video, and if you guys like, please subscribe. And I'm offering my pranic killing services to the world, so you can email me at tlcwithfirefairy@gmail.com, and my fees are super low right now, and I'll probably have them low all the way into the middle of next year. So take advantage of that. Where else are you gonna see a pranic killer who's gonna give you a treatment for 10 bucks? Okay? $10 for an energy treatment. People pay $35 to $65, $75, $150 for those. Me, I'm just trying to heal as many people as possible and then get myself some coffee. So, some coffee for exchange for a pranic killing? Come on now. That's a deal. But if you can't and you really need the healing and it's an emergency, just email me and I will be more than happy to help you. Blessed be, and thank you for joining me in today's lesson. And keep that in mind. There was a light inside of you that was present during the beginning of creation with God that caused sprouts to grow upon the earth, that worked with God to divide waters, divine land in the heavens. Think about how ancient you are and how far back you go, how far back your spirit goes. Just keep that in mind. And remember to shine in peace. Don't shine with force, shine with peace.